Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Two Idiots Reading Comic. This week is episode 16, Darth Vader, Dark Lord of Sith, Volume 4. We finally get to wrap it up this week. Glad to, hopefully y'all have been around, stuck around long enough to see it to completion. Again, you're watching this on YouTube. You're watching it on Two Idiots Reading Comics. If you're listening on the podcast forum, please like us, subscribe to us, hit the notifications, whatever you do, help our numbers grow. And also go follow us on Twitter and Instagram at 2IdiotsRC. And just please, just comment, subscribe, like. Just hopefully we can keep growing our numbers. All right, so let's get into it now.
And welcome to episode 16. Davis, what are we reading today?
Oh, man. Finally, Volume 4 of Darth Vader, Dark Lord of the Sith.
Mm-hmm.
This one's called Fortress Vader. And this is our first completion of a story arc.
Whole continuing or whatever.
Yeah. So this one, again, is only 25 issues with some fluff issues thrown in there.
Yep.
And finally got to it to end it.
Yeah.
What'd you think about it?
It was pretty good.
Do you want to hit up the... we've done it for 3 times already. We can do it one more time.
Well, I think there was a different...
there's a few different things in here.
Yeah.
Of course, writers Charles Soule and penciler is Giuseppe Gamancoli.
I want to be a penciler.
Inkers, I think this is where it changes up a little bit. You got Daniel Orlandini with Terry Pallett. Terry Pallett did number 22. Colorist is David Curiel. 19, 21 through 25. Dano Sanchez Almara did 20, 23, and 24. And Eric Arciniega did number 20. Letters, VC's Joe Caramagna did 19, 21 through 25. And Travis Lanham did 20. Cover art by Giuseppe Camacoli and Elia Bonetti. Man,
they were just trying to duct tape it together at the end there.
Yeah, they were just throwing everybody they had at it for this one. What'd you think about it?
It was pretty good. So this entire time, Vader and the Inquisitors, throughout like all 4 of these volumes, have been chasing down the leftover Jedi.
Yep.
And so this is more. Volume 4 is finally like, all right, we've got like all the Jedi that we know their last known location. So what do we do now is what this whole volume 4 was about.
So time has passed, though they do not say how much, because the Jedi they go after, his name's Eth Koth, used to be on the Jedi Council, and he's having a child born, like literally that day. So I don't know Zabrak gestation periods, but it's got to be amount of time.
The fuck did you just say?
Is it not gestation period where the baby grows in the womb of its mother?
When you add the species of alien to it, I was just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Either way, so it has been an amount of time where Eth Koth is now a priest. He does not abide by any Jedi rules.
Mm-hmm.
He says he's doing weddings and funerals. He's got a family.
Yeah.
And again, Vader's like, fuck, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, dude, do you really think this is going to sway me any? Like,
and you still had your lightsaber ready to in a moment's notice. So.
But the whole, I think it's hilarious every time people try to appeal to Vader's good side. It's like Vader has no good side. Like he doesn't care. He gives zero flying fucks. And then they take the baby. I thought this was pretty cool, where they take the baby to Coruscant, where there's a secret, like they're trying to train these new babies.
Okay, because I was like, they didn't address that at all after they took it.
All I can figure is they say they have seekers, which the Jedi had seekers, where they're going out and finding Force-sensitive children, and they're trying to build their ranks as Inquisitors.
Okay.
That's all I can see coming, and that hasn't been touched on since, so I don't know if it just kind of died out or just got stopped or what, so...
Well, I mean, eventually... Luke, Han, and Leia destroy.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
the rebellion.
There's 18 years of.
I know. I just fucking went.
Shit, you bitch. Um, but yeah, that was interesting because then I think it was Volume 2, Vader destroys the holocron that has a list of all Force sensitive children.
Yeah, because he
And-
didn't want
yeah,
successors. or
but
something.
now they're bringing children. Either way, that's a tangent off from another way. But
No.
um, but either way, the Inquisitors are getting bored.
Yeah.
Vader's getting bored.
Yeah.
So
Apparently, the Inquisitors are starting to like each other.
yeah, two of them get together, and they're not supposed to be Jedi yet. Vader still holds them to the rule of no attachments, no
That's
love.
just because it's a weakness.
Well, yeah.
And you're supposed to hate everything and
Well,
everybody.
right.
So
But it's also a Jedi rule. You're not supposed to have attachments and love and
No.
shit like that. And then Vader's like, you know what? I'm just gonna attack you.
yeah.
And then again, even these Inquisitors that were trained by Vader think that they can kill Vader themselves.
2 on 1, you never know.
Well, it doesn't end well for
No.
them. Thought it was pretty poetic that
Well, it ended on their terms.
he got a point. Got a
For
point.
some-
They were free, as they said.
Yeah.
Thought it was pretty poetic. Vader forced holding them and makes them stab each other. If they wanted to be together so much, they'd end up killing each other.
See,
Did you
I
not
didn't
catch
know
that?
No, I thought he was forced grabbing one of them, and then the other one was just like, "It's all right, we can do this." Blah blah blah.
No, he's
And since
holding.
they were double sided, he just clicked his and hit both
Uh-uh.
of them. Oh, okay.
He's
Well,
holding.
that
them
makes
both.
that moment
He's
a
holding
lot
them
less-
both. Yeah, he's holding them both,
Well, never
and
mind.
they realize like, oh shit, we're fucked. And then he just turns them and makes them stab each other.
Well, that
Yeah.
that wasn't as poetic as I
No,
thought it was.
no,
Never
it's
mind.
poetic for Vader.
Well, shit.
You think Vader was gonna let them go out on their own terms?
Love doesn't always win, I guess.
No, Vader ain't gonna let love win. Apparently, the dark side's not gonna let it win either. That shit got wild at the end.
I'll
So
tell you what, though, all these are like they all look like the exact characters, but that Padme did not look like Padme in my opinion.
really?
Yeah. no.
She fit the very end of what I would imagine Padme is.
Maybe it's just because I always like Episode 2 Padme and not.
But so, what'd you think of Vader claiming his own world?
I thought it was interesting.
Did you know that he had his own
I knew he had his
castle
own
and world
fortress
and stuff? Okay.
Yeah. I didn't. I knew it was a lava planet, but it never clicked in my head that that was the same planet from.
Where he Mustafar
Yeah,
is
where
he,
Obi-Wan Kenobi
yeah.
fucked him up.
and it's also where he bled his crystal.
Yeah.
So there's a very dark force resonating there that he's now trying to tap into.
Yeah. I thought Momin was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Very dark character. I think it's the only time he's ever mentioned.
I didn't know they had their own like version of Dr. Fate in this. Dr. Fate is like the Doctor Strange of the DC universe.
Right. Oh, you're talking
But
about where
he's-
he's possessing the helmet. And,
Yeah, and whoever
okay.
puts the helmet
Gotcha,
on is
gotcha.
possessed by the helmet of Naboo.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then each time Vader gets pissed off, he can't attack Momin, so he just kills whoever
Yeah.
it's possessing.
Mm.
Do you realize in one of the when all the castles are being destroyed, that one of the things that's possessing is one of those ticks, those
Yeah,
lava
yeah.
ticks?
Yeah.
I was sitting there going, but why? It's like you have all these people.
Make
I guess
it
it just
difficult
got.
for him.
I guess it just got bored.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was a pretty cool idea. All
It was
the
pretty
different
dope when
fortresses.
he
and-
brought his own self back and had to put his helmet on himself.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
wild. And then like the whole time it's like Momin is actually betraying Vader.
Yeah.
It's like the dark side's always
I
going to
mean,
portray the dark side. Like they don't. They
saw
only
it
care
coming
for
from
each
a
other.
mile
Oh, yeah,
away.
yeah. It's like the whole time Momin's like, "Oh, I can't open it. I have no force abilities. I have no connection anymore." And then the second Vader's distracted, Momin's just like, "All right, open the door." He tears
Yeah.
open the door and his self walks through.
When
And
you think
then-
about it, Vader's the only dark side guy that. I mean, he eventually did, but it took him fucking forever to do it.
To
To
do
turn
what?
on his master.
Oh yeah. Momin like very quickly is like, "Yeah, I am no apprentice. I
Yeah.
will never call myself a master, but I will never be anybody's servant."
Yeah.
And like the way it seems is like quickly turned, like got whatever he needed out of the master.
Oh, yeah.
and just
He learned what he
quickly
had to
turned.
and
Yeah,
then killed her.
and Vader's ideals of the world are a little different than some Sith lords.
Yeah.
He wants to be powerful and all, but he doesn't really want to rule and be the ruler. So, it's different. He doesn't really have that that itch to take over.
I think he just wants to fight.
Yeah. But finally, they get so they're building this castle to tap in to focus the energy of the dark side. Vader finally kills Momin. Not sure how you kill a Force ghost that came from the dark side of the world, but whatever, he does. He
killed the body.
So. I guess he killed the body, pulled the helmet off.
Yeah.
And then Vader walks through.
Yeah.
So in the last Vader episode, I told you to pay attention to the mystical, I don't know the right word, like the spiritual side that Vader was tapping into every now and then. And this time you get to see like him walking through the dark side in like a spirit form.
Yeah.
That's the best way I could describe it.
That's how they always, anytime they showed him meditating while he was in his tank, that's the form he was always shown in.
His head and his torso were red, dark swells of energy.
Yeah.
His arms were light blue because they were just vacant. They just weren't there.
Yeah.
A cool touch on that was when, so his arm got ripped off by Momin.
Yeah.
And when he first steps into the void, he doesn't have his right arm still. Like they kept that. Like, all right, his body, he doesn't have arms to begin with. So when he meditates, he's just there.
Yeah.
But then why not when he walked through, his arms are back?
Yeah.
It's like they left off like his right arm. I don't know. It was a weird transition there. But then all of a sudden he gets his arms back when he's fighting in the void.
I'm wondering if the artist didn't understand the script very well.
Yeah, because then his arm comes back when he's fighting in the void. Oh, so something that's been... Did you catch the whole what Palpatine was doing to that woman? With the dark ball of energy in her belly right after Vader walks into the void. What I call the void, it may be called something different.
Yeah, that was Anakin's mom.
All right. Do you understand what he was doing?
No.
He was creating life within his mother.
Oh, because he was the unnatural.
He is the father of Vader. He used the Force to mold Vader inside his mother's womb. Because there's always been a theory. Anakin has no father. She says, Shmi says that she was just became pregnant, no father.
Yeah.
Then there's always the thing of how did Anakin be? And Charles Soule says that Palpatine manipulated her, or manipulated the being inside of her, to create Anakin, and so that he is purely Force energy, or purely strong as he possibly can be.
Shit.
Yeah. But then again, if he could do that, why didn't he do it to like thousands of others and have the world? But either way, so that's kind of how they explain that, which I thought was kind of cool.
if you had like a bunch of Darth Vaders running around, it was already hard to tame one. Yeah,
it was very hard to tame one. To even get that one to turn was rough enough. So as he's walking through, he ends up at a Jedi temple, the Jedi temple, the one on Coruscant, and out front is all these Jedi.
Shout out Mace Windu, my favorite.
Yeah. Also chopped his arm off again too. Same arm, right hand. They threw a little Easter egg in that one.
Better.
They threw a little Easter egg when he's fighting Mace. He still cuts off his right hand again.
Yeah.
But also it had a few of the Jedi he'd fought already. The one that he took his saber from, got his crystal from. Eth Koth, correct. Yeah. Eth Koth, the one on Jocasta Nu, and the guy on Mon Cala that was manipulating the king. He was also and the others were
Bar.
Yeah, the others were what looked like Episode 1 Jedi Council members in the Episode 1 movie. Because you get Yaddle, which is Yoda's species. The only other time she's ever been shown is in the movie, and this is only the second time in canon that she is ever even shown or mentioned. And
you keep saying, or you told me that she was in Episode 1. I do not remember seeing her at all.
She is in. Is it 1 or 2?
Either way, I don't.
Either 1 or 2. When they are in the Jedi Council, there's this when they walk in. There's always, you've got these weird people
chairs.
just sitting
Yeah.
around. She sits in one of those chairs, and it's a quick pan between her and a couple people, and they
Okay.
pan. I don't remember if it's one or two, but it's like the uh, Kaminoan is also the one with the really tall, long neck. Was Kamino in Jedi. It's the only
Yeah.
one there ever was, and he's killing her, and she was on the council
Yeah.
whenever Yaddle was. And what I've read about that is like these are the people that did not believe in him or trust him,
Yeah.
that didn't want to give him the rite of passage,
Mhm.
and he's taking his vengeance on them because
Makes a lot
they're
of
gone,
sense.
so he can't do
I'm
it
gonna say I
in real
didn't
life.
see Kenobi wasn't there.
Right. Kenobi and him have already had their fight. Well,
I mean, he lost, but
yeah, that was weird. Now that you say that, I don't know. I don't know why Obi-Wan wasn't there.
yeah. And then there was also some spoilers for Rebels, which I haven't lost it or watched yet. But
Spoilers for Rebels. What was the spoilers for Rebels?
he was fighting Ahsoka, and I was like, when the hell did he fight Ahsoka?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was weird. The whole he's going through kind of his time. Oh, that's right, because when he walks in, he's Anakin.
Yeah.
And then he grows as
Mhm.
he's going up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a spoiler. He's fighting Ahsoka again. That was a wild episode. That's a cool show. I love that show so much.
Still working my way through. I like watching what is it, Clone Wars?
Man, dude, it's
But
hard.
every time they put, I didn't understand why everybody hated Jar Jar Binks until this show.
Dude,
He is the
Dude,
most annoying motherfucker.
him and 3PO, honestly, I could get rid of him in the entire universe.
No, I love C-3PO.
No, dude, there's shit with C-3PO and R2-D2 in this and in Rebels that makes me just fucking hate 3PO.
No?
He's always like bad. Like R2-D2 does all the work,
Oh yeah.
and then 3PO's just like, oh yeah, I told your ass not to do that. It's like, bitch, I did it. I fixed it. I did what we needed to do to win this shit. I don't know. 3PO's just kind of just seems like a dick to me the whole time.
Yeah, he's the comedy relief. He's the Alfred
Yeah,
Pennyworth, is what he
yeah,
is.
You got a point. Got a point. But yeah, Jar Jar's up. Jesus, Jar Jar's awful. But yeah, and one thing with the Clone Wars is like, why the fuck didn't they put them out in order, like chronological order? Like you watch it, there's things that happen. Like episode 1 of the show actually takes place. There's another episode in like season 2 that is precursor to episode 1 of the entire fucking series.
You
It's
did
weird.
not need to tell me that.
Yeah, you may never finish again then. But besides the point, the only reason I can see that Obi-Wan wasn't there is because Obi-Wan could have been the only one that defeated him.
Yeah.
And maybe just his own mind, he couldn't imagine fighting him again, knowing what he did to him in the first place.
Yeah.
Where he defeated Windu or sliced Windu's arm off, then
Yeah.
Palpatine force blasted him out the window. And then the rest he kind of just took his own will with.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fucked up part of walking up to Padme, and they some of the lines from episode 3 come up of why are you doing this, Anakin? Why are you turning to the dark side? And Anakin's like, no, just come with me, and you can live. Because Momin just proved it. Momin just brought himself back.
Yeah.
But he had something to go to, the helmet, to bring him back. And then her eyes snap red, and Anakin looks like Anakin from episode 3, and she's just like, starts choking herself and says no, and just swan dives backwards.
Yeah.
And then lightning hits her and fucking shatters her, and then Vader just loses it.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. It was just like, all right, I did all this, and I still can't have her. So he leaves, and he just destroys the fucking the focal point.
Yeah.
He's like, if I can't get her here, I can never have her.
Yeah.
And I think that's when he realizes, all right, I can focus on other stuff now.
Yeah, because it's the Emperor, like, not a telephone call, but basically FaceTimes him. Holocron.
Nope.
Who?
Nope. Holocron's the squares or the triangles that they have messages through. Fuck. They communicate through Star Wars communication. They visually see each other.
They FaceTime each other.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the Emperor is like, did you get what you want, or did you get what you needed? And he like kind of shuts it off and then goes, yeah. Or yes.
Or,
but
I thought he said no.
he said yes.
Oh, okay. I guess he finally got his answers to the fact that he could never,
Yeah.
that all the lies that he was ever said.
Yeah.
Um,
And shout out to that poor designer. All
Poor
she wanted to do was build a building.
oh, Jesus. Yeah, she didn't even get to do anything.
No.
Momon's helmet killed her already.
Yeah.
Did you catch? All right, so after Padme swan dives,
Mm-hmm.
he turns back into Vader inside. Did you catch who kicked him out?
Don't think so.
All right, so Padme does her swan dive. She
Mhm.
explodes. Vader freaks the fuck out. He now is back to his red and blue.
No.
As he's turning to go back to the door,
Mm-hmm.
the door turns from red, turns to blue, and this another bluish character walks out.
Oh,
wielding
it
a
was Luke,
saber.
wasn't it?
It was Luke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was about to say yeah. No,
I was wondering if you caught that was actually
I was
Luke
having to like
or-
remember.
yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's Luke.
And then he ignites his saber, steps forward, and it rips Vader out of the void.
Yeah.
Kind of a nice.
Does something tie into that in the future?
Well, it's the
or-
fact that Luke defeats him. It just kind of the foreshadowing
Yeah.
of like this character, like there will be a Jedi
Yeah.
that wielding your saber that will fight you and
Yeah.
then take you down.
Mm.
Just more of just a cool nod towards the future of
No.
there will be someone that can remove you from power,
Mm.
and it'll be a purely good, force positive
Yeah.
person. Just a cool nod. Nothing.
Mm.
I don't think anything will ever come out of it again, other than the fact that what happened in the movies.
Yeah.
But I like that. It's just a cool little nod. But that's about almost time.
You know,
isn't it?
one thing.
Oh, never mind.
I mean, this isn't about. Oh, we can go a little bit more. I guess one thing I've always disliked about episode 4 and forward that I loved or that I did like about the prequels is that are they ever going to get back to like a full Jedi Order?
No.
Because the Jedi is what I love about
Not
Star
now.
Wars.
So pre-Disney,
Mhm.
when they had all the books and shit,
Yeah.
after Episode 6, Luke and the New Order, New Republic, clean up the galaxy. There's a bunch of wars, and they they clean up the world, the universe, and Luke goes off, finishes training, talks to Obi-Wan some more, talks to Yoda and his father, and then comes back and finds other Force-sensitive people and creates a new Jedi Order.
Yeah.
I mean, Luke becomes the Grand Master. Leia is on the council. She goes full Jedi, Jedi abilities. There's like 5 or 6 children that they all have. Luke, Leia, and Han, not together, but they each have children.
That'd be weird. But
And
yeah.
those children become very powerful Jedi. A couple turn dark, couple turn back to the light, save each other. So there's this whole world of Jedi and all.
Yeah.
And Disney pissed on all that.
See, that's why.
When Disney took over, they walked in and said, "You know what?" Flopped out their dicks and pissed on everything. Said, "You know what? Fuck it all."
Very visual.
Fuck, they pretty much did. Because
No, I
they walked
guess-
in. I mean, and now you have Luke who, and yes, I don't hate the movies. I love all Star Wars. If more Star Wars, fine. Just give me Star Wars. I'm not
Yeah.
going to sit here and just trash on movies. But you took Luke from being this, yeah, he was a dick kind of person in the old movie in the legend stuff, but he the whole aspect of what he did was stopping Vader and stopping Palpatine is he redeemed his father. His father was redeemed, so now he needs to redeem the Jedi Order.
Yeah.
And he does that. But in the new shit, it's like, oh, one kid you chose wrong, and now you're just gonna shut down completely and let the whole universe go to crap. So I did not care for that aspect of it because I do, like you, I really enjoy the Jedi and Luke ruling that.
Yeah.
He changes a lot. They can marry, they can have families, and they can do stuff. So it's a little more fluid of not this just gung ho. This is what you have to be. You can be this powerful person and still live your normal life. But yeah, you ain't ever gonna say that again,
Oh.
unless they create some shit with Rey that just to appease the populace.
Yeah, and that's what. Because I always like the Jedi, I like the Force, but when you actually look at the majority of Star Wars,
There's 2 movies that really focus on anything Jedi.
yeah, and it's just like, for most of Star Wars, there's only like 3 or 4 Force-sensitive people altogether. 5.
4, 5, and 6. There's only Luke, Vader, and Palpatine.
And I guess you can throw Yoda into that.
Yeah, Yoda.
And-
You got Obi-Wan as his Force ghost.
Yeah, and maybe Leia. Maybe Leia.
Not technically in 4, 5, and 6, Leia has no powers.
Okay.
They just mention her because Vader. They realize that she's a twin.
Yeah.
7, 8, and 9. Kylo. Palpatine shows up. Snoke, Rey, and Leia.
They tease Finn
They
a
tease.
lot
They
and
tease
then don't
the
do
fuck
anything.
out of that. So, again, we've talked about Del Rey a lot,
Yeah.
and I love Del Rey. And Del Rey writes books outside of the movies.
Uh-huh.
They write a book, they pick a storyline, they write it.
Uh-huh.
What pissed me off about Episode 9 and 7, 8, and 9 is they have the movie,
Uh-huh.
and then there's a novel that comes out after the movie. And in that novel,
Basically,
they don't write the
rewriting
novel. They
it.
don't finish the novel till like 3 months after the movie's out.
Uh-huh.
Then they produce it and it gets shipped out like 3 months later. That goes, hey, we're gonna wait on everybody's remarks. They don't like something, we'll fix it in the book.
That's annoying.
Like the whole Finn thing. Like in the book, like everybody's got pissed off. It's like, what was Finn gonna say? Well, in the they're like, oh, stay tuned, we'll fix it in the book. So in the book, they wrote in, oh, Finn's trying to tell her that he's sensitive to the Force, that he needs to be trained. And my whole aspect of that is if you want to fucking tell the story, tell it in the fucking movie. Or if you're going to tell the story, write the book first.
Yeah.
This is the whole story. Now we're going to adapt it to a movie.
Yeah, that's annoying
Not,
as shit.
we're going to do the movie. Oh, you've got issues. We'll show you. We'll fix it in the book.
Yeah, because then you have like
Like, now
casual Star Wars fans like me.
Yeah.
Had no fucking idea.
So instead, but all that is Disney wanting more content. Just give us more money.
Yeah.
And that aggravates me about what Disney. And this was not a Del Rey book, so
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with Del Rey on that one. But just the aspect of, oh, we wrote these movies, we fucked up the shit, so here's the corrections in a book that have nothing to do with a movie. I mean, it has something to do with the movie, but whatever.
All right. Well, we are pretty much on running over, but
Yeah. Had to get my last Star Wars tangent. There ain't gonna be
Yeah.
Star Wars for a while, man.
yeah, probably not.
But-
But that concludes our first story arc or series
Continuation,
For the
yeah.
continuation. Next one is not going to be as long. It is just the first 2 of the New 52 Batman. The story arc that actually got me into comics. It was the Court of
Yeah.
Owls and the City of Owls. So
Really
the
cool.
next 2 continuation episodes, we're gonna do Volume 1 of Batman and Volume 2 of Batman.
Yeah. Really cool concept that they brought in that I've never gotten to read and should be fun to get into.
You'll like it. But next week is Fable.
No, I Kill Giants.
I Kill Giants. Yes.
And we'll have some conversations about that apparently.
Yeah, we will. You heartless son of a bitch.
Apparently, I'm a heartless bastard. So
But
we'll talk about that.
yeah, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, it's me, Davis. Just glad to still be here talking to y'all. I hope that y'all are still sticking around to the end. Come
Who the
back.
fuck are you talking to, Davis?
I'm talking to our fans, man.
What fucking fans? Look at our subscriber count.
Well, if you asked nicer, maybe they would subscribe more. You're such a meanie.
You tell those motherfuckers to like, comment, subscribe, fucking dislike. It helps the algorithm. Do whatever. But you tell them to do it right now.
No, man. I'm going to ask in a nice way because I love our fans and they should feel the love from us, not this hatred from you.